Well, all right. Good evening, my beautiful people. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is DeCarlo Turner, author and host of the Forgotten Man with DeCarlo radio show on the Real 1100 AM. My show airs Mondays from 5 to 6 p.m. and Fridays from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also, feel free to download our app at www.1100atlanta.com. All right, beautiful people. Also, if you're interested in taking a look at my website and also writing to me, you may do so at www.detfm.com. And also, my book, The Forgotten Man by DeCarlo Turner, is available on Amazon.com as well as Barnes & Noble, and also available at Outskirts Press, who is my publisher. All right, so today, beautiful people, our show topic is sons who have a narcissistic mother. Yeah, we've got a lot of things that are going on. Seems though, even though we have a pandemic with COVID-19, we also have an epidemic where our men are no longer in the home, and those who are in the home are with these amazing ladies, and these ladies are having difficulty understanding why their men won't open up. So my book, The Forgotten Man, addresses the mistreatment of good men who have been deceived, mistreated, and taken advantage of by certain types of women. And those certain types of women doesn't necessarily mean women in relationships, but it is included as a factor, but also mothers, because we have a lot of narcissistic mothers who are very controlling of their sons from years of adolescence as well as adulthood. So let's get into it a little bit. All right, so beautiful people, ever wonder why your man has difficulty opening up? This is what you need to understand. A narcissistic mother can damage her son's autonomy, making it difficult for him to have ability to think, to feel, make decisions, and to act on his own. Why does your man have difficulty making decisions? Part of the reason why is because he has a narcissistic mother. And this is why it's difficult for your man to make decisions, for him to have the ability to think as well as feel, as well as act on his own. And part of your man's problem is that he is unable to act on his own values as well as his interests. You guys have to excuse me because I just got off the air, so I have a lot of material that I kind of have to read it and make notes. All right. So part of what your man's problem is, he has difficulty being able to have a sense of self-worth, self-respect, knowledge, as well as develop an understanding of what matters. And when a man has a mother who is a narcissist, he becomes a victim, and which is what a lot of you ladies are experiencing right now with your guys, because this man has been neglected to be taught how to deal with his feelings as well as his needs and his wants. And by doing so, what a narcissistic mother has done, she has neglected this man's feelings as well as his needs, and in turn have her own feelings and her needs take precedence over his, as well as if there's other children in the household, she'll do the same thing as well. And by his mother behaving in this controlling manner, the son is void of receiving love and attention. So a lot of you are probably wondering why, Miss D, I love my husband, I love him very much, but sometimes it seems like he's not there, he's in another place. Well, he probably is. And then some of you, those of you who are unmarried, you may be saying, my guy doesn't say I love you, but I know he does. Your guy may have difficulty saying that because it's not something he feels comfortable saying. Not to say the fact that he doesn't love you, but the fact is that it's something that he has experienced in his childhood, and it's causing problems for him as a man. So by this man's mother having this type of behavior, displaying this type of behavior, the son is literally void of receiving attention as well as love. And when this happens, and this man becomes an adult, he takes on the same actions of his mother as a way of being in control and protecting himself against you. And even though you may not have done anything, but there may be some things that you do that may trigger a reaction that may cause him to behave in such a manner. Right? A narcissistic mother will cause her son to feel guilt and shame. Once she has her son under this type of control, she begins to manipulate his relationships. So let me get into that a little bit. She may become jealous of his girlfriends, and if he's married, compete with his wife. This puts this man in the middle of a compromising situation where he feels guilty of having to choose. And as for his mother, no one is good enough for him. But before it even gets to that point, you guys, it starts with him as a little boy. A narcissistic mother, she enforces compliance through various forms of manipulation, be it guilt or shame. Whereas if the son does not do as she asks or as she desires in order to help her or to please her, she punishes the son with coldness and attacks and withholdings. And because she lacks boundaries, she will use tactics to bring shame and blame to her son for her own emotional, and blame him for her own emotional discomfort. Now, as it relates to the son's relationships, a narcissistic mother will make threats and make up lies to control the son. She'll undermine his intimate relationships by criticizing or disrespecting his partner, causing him to become unaware of appropriate boundaries. Now let's talk a little bit about codependency. Got some notes here on that. When the son is undermined, as it relates to codependency, he becomes confused about his identity, his self-worth, and self-esteem. He then learns to accommodate his mother by supporting her needs and her feelings as well as her wants. This, for a man, you guys, as he comes out of his childhood and he goes into his adulthood, this becomes very damaging because what it does, it handicaps him in his adult relationships. And a man may self-sacrifice and feel undeserving without people-pleasing. When it comes to intimacy, the son feels unsafe to express his feelings and needs to his mother. Therefore, it feels unsafe in his adult relationships, which is why your guy can sometimes have some control issues, even during intimacy. Let's talk a little bit about resentment. By the son having controlled and or exploited, the son may harbor deep dislike toward his mother, even if he remains close to her. This behavior often extends to other women, in which he will react with compliance, resistance, or anger. Some men will be aggressive or distrust women. Other men may learn to be manipulative or be passive or passive-aggressive. Some might even be driven to be dishonest or unfaithful. And when a man is being dishonest and unfaithful, this does not make him a man, nor is it just what men do. The undercurrent to this type of behavior is because he is the son of a narcissistic mother. A narcissistic mother might depend on her son to support her emotionally, listen to her, be her companion, or attend to her physical needs and responsibilities. And to control the son, she relies on him to make decisions and manage her affairs as well as finances. What can you do about dealing with a narcissistic mother? Here are some of the things you can do as well as take into consideration. And ladies, if you're out there listening to me and you're with a man who has a narcissistic mother, these are some of the things that you can also help him with. First, you can start by putting distance between the two of you so that you can heal and become a much stronger man. It's going to be kind of hard because that's your mother, but you're going to have to be able to put some distance, because if the more that you go around your mother is causing you an issue, the more you're going to have to separate yourself so that you can get into a place where you can heal. You have to realize, gentlemen, that her problems are not your problems. And don't let her feel guilty for taking care of you. This, as a mother, this is her job. This is what she is supposed to do. Her job is to raise you to be the man that God created you to be. The next thing is this, which is highly important. Don't fall prey to her trickery. This is evil and it is wicked and it has no place in your life. You are not the man. You are her son, period. My message in closing to all men, both single and married men, someday you're going to make some woman a wonderful husband. So start by preparing to live the life, the rest of the life that God has created you to be. And on that note, beautiful people, I thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to drop a line to me via my website. On my website, I've got a contract form that you can fill out. And it is, again, www.detfm.com. And also, be sure to take a look at my book, which is The Forgotten Man by DeCarlo Turner, on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Outskirts Press. And lastly, be sure to tune into my show, The Forgotten Man with DeCarlo, on The Real 1100 a.m., Mondays from 5 to 6 p.m. and Fridays from 6 to 7 p.m. And I thank you so much. We'll see you. Bye now.